But can you imagine the uproar from everyone if a man did what Meghan did? People will be calling out his behavior, saying he's controlling, hello, how have you guys been? Sorry, I've been so MIA, just recovered from the cold. But today I want to talk a little bit about Meghan Markle's behavior and how I think she displays some sort of narcissistic traits. I'm not saying that she has narcissistic personality disorder or she's a narcissist. I'm not diagnosing her. I'm just talking about narcissistic traits, which many people can have. It's on a spectrum. So you can display narcissistic traits. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have narcissistic disorder or you are a narcissist. Well, the first trait I want to talk about is massively inflated ego and always has to be the center of attention and will lie to make themselves look better, i.e. self-aggrandizing. Remember her stupid dish soap story where she constantly talks about? So at the age of 11, she wrote a letter to Procter & Gamble to change their sexist dish soap commercial. The ad's narrator said women are fighting greasy pots and pans with ivory clear, but the voiceover was then later changed from women to people after Meghan allegedly wrote in to complain about that sexist remark, believing that, women shouldn't be doing everything. Meghan said, within a few weeks went by, and to my surprise, I received a letter from encouragement from Hillary Clinton. According to Tom Bowers' book Revenge, the account was actually stripped from Vanity Fair's cover story in 2017. Vanity Fair's fact checker questioned the accuracy and the legitimacy of the story after they consulted Procter & Gamble and advertising historians. They had concluded that the story that Meghan told could not be completely proven. And that's just one lie that she told as well. It's like one lie after another. She constantly lies through her teeth, making people believe that she's admired and that she's so accomplished just to boost her fragile self-esteem. In the 5th episode of Harry and Meghan's Netflix docuseries, right, when they were discussing their exit from the royal family, Megxit, as you would say, she said that a member of the airport cabin crew took the opportunity to thank her for her work as a royal. Meghan continued, "It was the first time I felt that someone saw the sacrifice I made." Sacrifice what? What did you actually sacrifice? Leaving your life as a Z-list actress to become a royal? Wow, what a sacrifice, Meghan. And what was the point of her telling that story anyway? To feel important? To feel special? The late Queen Elizabeth II served in the army when she was like 20-something years old. And you don't see her going around prancing and telling people, oh, the sacrifices I made for this country. Like, have some humility, Meghan Markle. Oh, wait. You can't because you're an arrogant son of a bitch. Even just analyzing the videos of Meghan Markle and how she interacts with people, we can clearly see that she has this need to just be the center of attention. And if anyone dares to take away her spotlight or doesn't acknowledge what she's saying or acknowledging her, she gets upset. You can see her mask suddenly slip. She clenches her jaw and then she purses her lips. You can see her just staring into someone's soul as if she's trying to have a stare down at them and assert her dominance. As if, how dare you for taking away my spotlight and my shine. Next one, expecting special treatment or for others to meet their high expectations. Narcissists demand special treatment because they're entitled, because they believe that they are superior to everyone else and that they deserve the best of the best. In 2016, during her advertising campaign for Reitman, she stayed at a hotel. She criticized the hotel's Tempur-Pedic bathrobe and slippers. She wanted Dior. The tea was the wrong blend and the vegan juice was warm. During filming for the Reitman's campaign, Meghan was described to be very demanding. She demanded that the film or the photos were shot at a certain angle. She demanded reshoots. She demanded that the lipstick color was changed. Meghan, you can sit there all day long and say, it's me being clear. It's not me being demanding, just like how you did when you mentioned it on your podcast. You can say it till the cows come home. But when you have 20 staff quit, as if it's like a revolving door for you guys, for you and Harry, it's a you problem, honey. Now, the next one. My favorite. No regard for anyone's needs or boundaries. The claw. Need I say more? Her incessive need to hug and grab everyone. Like she's a hugger, always a hugger, right? She doesn't realize, or maybe she just doesn't care, that not everyone are huggers. Not everyone wants to be touched. And yet it doesn't matter to her because she wants everyone to bend over backwards to cater to what she wants. No thanks. Narcissists will often use touch as a way to test someone's boundaries before they take it further. They're able to manipulate people through touch by, I guess, increasing a sense of intimacy and closeness. Basically love bombing, essentially. Like they keep pushing the boundaries further and further until their victim does whatever the narcissists want. This gives them a sense of control as to how or what direction the relationship is heading. They get to control that. But not only that, it also gives them control over the person as well. Because quite frankly, narcissists are absolutely possessive. And that's why you see Meghan constantly holding Harry's hand, always clinging on to him. Every single situation, it's like she's showing the world, that's my husband. He's mine, my handbag. Some people say it's affection. You know what? Affection is fine. But when it's constant grabbing, not letting them go, especially in a professional setting, then that behavior appears more possessive than PDA. But can you imagine the uproar from everyone if a man did what Meghan did? Constantly clinging on to his partner, not letting his partner go, holding her hand all the time. People will be calling out his behavior, saying he's a narcissist, he's controlling, he's abusive, she should get away from him, he's possessive. They would go crazy. But when she does it, oh, it's just PDA. It's absolutely not PDA when you're clawing at someone like that. Now, next one. Always the victim, never taking accountability for their actions. Everything is always someone else's fault. This has Meghan written all over it. Narcissists have a mentality or victimhood mentality because it elicits sympathy from other people. It's a manipulation tactic. Everything they do is always tactic as a way to garner attention from other people. They also play the victim because they avoid responsibility for their bad behavior towards other people. Their victimhood mentality could also be due to, I guess, entitlement, feeling that they deserve the world and that people should bend to their will just to please the narcissist. And when people refuse to do what the narcissist want or doesn't meet the narcissist's expectation, well, then the narcissist will react with anger. They feel the need to blame others. And that is such Meghan behavior. It's the British royal family's fault. It's the British media's fault. It's the royal family's fault. It's the paparazzi's fault. It's the British people's fault. It's the staff's fault. It's the people of the internet's fault. It's the social media platform's fault. It's society's fault. Oh my gosh. Like you're so perfect, right, Meghan? You're absolutely faultless. To a T. Just no faults at all. Let's be real here. You couldn't continue as a royal because you're lazy, weak-minded, uncultured, rude, and money-hungry. But she felt the need to blame someone else and to deflect all her shortcomings onto someone else for not being able to do the job well. Even with the most minute thing, she feels the need to blame everyone. Like, for example, I didn't know the national anthem. I didn't know how to be a royal. There's no, manual on being a royal. No one taught me how to do it. I had to Google it. Like, bravo, I guess. Like, welcome to the real world. I'm sure you didn't need a manual anyways, considering you had advisors. But, oh wait, I forgot. You don't take advice from anyone, do you? Just admit that you didn't know anything about British culture. just admit that you're not a royal, so you had no idea what to expect, but you were willing to learn. Just say that instead. But no, instead, you blamed it on not getting guidance. I mean, Catherine was not a royal, and yet she still learned and she put in the effort. Instead of blaming someone else, she put in the effort to get to where she is now. So you can't blame anyone but yourself. Last but not least, defensive and dismissive, and interprets everything as an attack on them. The Meghan special. So this ties into what I said earlier about how narcissists have this delusion of grandeur, meaning they have a sense of self-importance. And because of this, their self-esteem is based on these beliefs, which is very fragile. And these beliefs aren't true because it's quite frankly made up in their mind, their self-importance. And if anyone dares to point out their shortcomings, it would cause them to become very defensive out of rage, because it's a threat to their ego and it's a threat to them as a whole, because their whole self-worth is tied up into their made-up belief about their own self-importance. When the bullying allegations came out about Meghan around the time of the Oprah interview in 2021, she quickly jumped into defense mode, having her spokeswoman ensure that everyone knew that the allegations were lies, and in fact, she was the victim. Talk about gaslighting. A spokeswoman put out a statement saying, Meghan was saddened by these latest attack on her character, particularly as someone who has been the target of bullying herself, and is deeply committed to supporting those who have experienced pain and trauma. Now, recently an article came out from The Hollywood Reporter saying that she marches around like a dictator in heels, fuming and barking orders. A source close to the couple told the newspaper, the Sussex team have had more than enough of these type of articles. It's simply not true. Everyone is deeply concerned over the timing of the article because it was published just days before Harry's birthday. There are fears that this could be a disgruntled former member of staff who is putting out mistruths which are designed to make them look bad. These statements, put out by her mouthpieces, show lack of accountability and empathy. Some of your ex-staff feel that you mistreated them and you somehow made it about yourself and your image. It's not very good damage control. Using words like attack, disgruntled, mistruth, it comes across so defensive. She should never come across defensive when it comes to handling negative press and putting out fires. She should have handled it in a more empathetic manner. At least have the decency to maybe put out a statement to say that you are concerned about how your staff may be feeling, their work environment, and that how you will take steps to ensure that your staff feel safe. Something to show that you are empathetic with your staff members and that you are willing to make changes. But instead, she just put out statements saying, oh, no, that's not true, that's a lie, like super defensive. And then she wonders why Hollywood turns their back on her. Newsflash, Meghan, people hate bullies, and that's why people like Blake Lively, Ellen, what's the other guy's name? James Corden. They are cancelled because they are known to be bullies. Don't pretend that you aren't going to get cancelled. In fact, I'm pretty sure you're already cancelled. You're already on your downfall anyways. But at least try to save your image by at least having some accountability. And it's like, because of her lack of empathy, she fails to see how her behavior can affect others, and instead she sees everything as an attack on her instead. Meghan needs Jesus and maybe holy water. Fire, I don't know. I know there are so many more narcissistic traits that I didn't cover, but I can't cover everything, especially when it comes to Meghan. I'll be here all day. I just picked out the main points that I can actually discuss and talk about. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Take care. See ya. Bye.